The league has started to sort itself out. There's 13 games left in the season. We're currently in first place on 56 points. Chelsea is 2 points behind us on 54, but they've played 17 games. The key team here is Arsenal. Well, with 13 games left, 13? Yeah, we're on 25 plays. So 13 games left in the season. We are currently in first place on 56 points. Chelsea is at 54 points. They've played one more game than we have. Arsenal and Man United are at 51 and 49 respectively. Then West Ham, Leeds, and Liverpool round out the top 7, although Tottenham is tied with Liverpool. And Man City is on 39 points. So I think it's going to be a fight really for 5th through 8th. And it's probably going to be a fight for at least... probably 1st and 2nd. I think we're going to go back and forth on that. We've been doing well on that. We've been winning. Chelsea's been drawing. Man United lost one. Arsenal's drawn a couple as well. The thing that's been kind of getting us, as expected, this late in the season was injuries. I went to set up the roster for today's game, the FA Cup match against Leicester, and neither... or rather, I did the quick select, and it put Ricci in goal. I couldn't figure out what was going on, and then I went back and clicked today, and Iturbe is out with the cold, or something like that. And Mede Barre just got back from injury. He's not 100% match fit, but at the same time, he's a keeper. So I wouldn't, Iturbe's got the flu, so I wouldn't expect him to be too up, or I wouldn't expect Barre to be too substandard in today's match. I said that out loud. I realized that. So after beating, who do we play? Was it West Brom and Norwich? Or was it Newcastle and West Brom? I think it was West Brom Norwich. We beat Liverpool 3-0. Gerrard goal, solo goal, Doku a penalty kick. Leeds we beat 1-0 thanks to a Guler goal in the 64th minute. This was a really rotated side. I'm actually kind of happy. Iturbe was in goal. Laird, Valdez, Tizier, and Zagadou started. Tonali, Hannibal, Stockbridge, Guler, Holy, and Esposito. Leogin, Livkov, and Gremiel came on. We'll take a look at the transfers here in just a minute. Leo Gremiel is one of them. In looking at that, maybe it doesn't look like a rotated side, but those were the guys that were best able to play, and they turned in a real good performance. And then Birmingham, we beat 3-0 thanks to a brace of goals by Esposito, or thanks to a brace of goals by Doku, rather, and an Esposito penalty kick. The transfer window's closed. We weren't as active as I thought we could be. We got a couple players that are still looking at loans, because transfer windows in other places aren't closed. On the outs, Gallagher was the only player we sold. Thiago Ventura, Dylan Sullivan, and James Frimpong. Well, Dylan Sullivan and James Frimpong both on a free. Thiago Ventura went down to Fleetwood on loan. On the ins, the only person we brought in was Leo Gremiel. And that's because Ruben Polito left. I needed a backup. And Leo was the best available out there. He's 2.5 star current, 2.5 star potential. Physically, he's solid. Mentally, he's solid. Technically, he could use some help in a couple areas, but at the position I'm playing at, which more often than not is going to be defensive center back, he's a decent header, he's a decent marker, and he's a decent tackler with okay technique. I would play him at right back and left back only if I would play him at right back. I'd be comfortable starting him at right back against a lesser opponent, like, say, your Birminghams or your Leicesters, but not your Arsenals or Chelseas. And I don't think I would ever start him in left back unless I absolutely had to. And if that was the case, we'd be really up a creek. But he came to us for the right price. We got him, I want to say, for 8.5. 8.5, yeah, that's after Milan paid 23 million for him. It was not a good spell for him at Milan, although I've got a couple players at Milan that are doing really, really well. So it's, it was a quiet transfer window. I could have gone out and spent a ton of money on a ton of players that at the end of the day wouldn't have appreciably increased how good our team was. The roster I have is the roster I have. We're not missing a lot of pieces, and it makes no sense to swap out like for like. There was maybe a little bit of addition by subtraction with Polito and Gallagher leaving, but I don't think so. So today we are going to play Leicester. Yeah, I remember this now. We're going to play Leicester. We're going to skip Arsenal Wolves, come back and play the first PSG match. Next episode, we're going to do PSG and probably Brentford. Unless West Ham. Yeah, West Ham is a solid club, aren't they? Yeah, West Ham's in 5th. We'll play West Ham and PSG there. So for today, we've got Bari in goal, Lovkov, Zagadou, Grigoras, and Gremio as the defensive back four. Stockbridge, Hannibal, and Tonali as the midfielders. Jair is the attacking midfielders, Doku and Esposito up top as the strikers. That is a very interesting 4-2-3-1 they are playing. To Kettler, to Fornals, back to Praxidis, up into space for Aronson, and he puts it just wide right. And that is halftime. Wow, what a very short first half. 8 shots, 6 on target for us, 3 and none for Leister. We've had 8 shots, 6 on target, no highlights, and an XG of 0.56. That's mildly frustrating. Good grief, this is going to be one of those games. 60 minutes in, no highlights. I'm going to take Tonali off and bring on Ricci, and then I need to switch Ricci and Hannibal. I need to bring Stockbridge off and bring on Leo Jin. Yeah, I'm going to get Grigoras off and bring on Tizier as well. It's a 3-player switch. It's 60 minutes, but at the same time, I got 3 yellow-carded players off the field. I don't want to give them any advantages. Eriksson to Jimenez off the bad throw-in. Zagadou dispossesses him. He's in a crowd, breaks left, holds it up, gets it to Leo Jin. Ojin gives the ball away to Anderson. Anderson to Jimenez, back to Kettler, up to Jimenez. Doesn't have any help. Holds it up, long across the field to Nyambe. Nyambe tries setting it, and he bounces off a Palace player. Fornals picks it up to Praxidis, to Kettler from distance, and he puts it in far post. That was some really nice ball movement by Leister. Zagadou on the throw-in to Ricci. Back to Leo Jin. Ricci. All the way back to Tizier. He gets the ball to Gremio. Doku sends it up. Jair's there, and he misses wide right. Oh, he couldn't have been any more open. Gremio. To Hannibal. Back to Gremio. Crosses it in. Diakabi knocks it away. Goes right to Tizier, though. He gets the ball back to Gremio. Crosses in. Esposito's there off the crossbar. Oh, jeez. You've got to be kidding me. Leicester's in the relegation zone, for crying out loud. Too many missed chances. What the hell was that? This does not bode well. Leicester's in the relegation zone, for crying out loud. They're fighting just to stay up, and they beat us 1-0. Well, we're going to save the match here. We're going to play the next 2 games offline. We're going to come back at PSG, kick their tails, so we don't have to worry about it on the home stretch. Sola has 23 goals. Doku with 7.5 and 13 assists. Definitely earning his money this year. We'll be back in just a bit. Well, the intervening schedule has been good to us. We beat Arsenal and Wolves 3-0. Against Arsenal, Zagadou scored, Stockbridge scored, Jair had a goal. Against Wolves, Holland had a goal, Francisco had a goal, and Juan Pablo Valdez had a goal. Wolves result, then I am the Arsenal result, because this was a pretty rotated squad. We had Bari in goal, Gremio, Grigoras, Valdez, and Azmarola as back four. To winner, Francisco and Stockbridge as the midfielders, Hannibal, Holland, and Esposito as the strikers. And we brought on Leo Jin, Jeremy Doku, and Samuel Ricci just when players started getting tired. That was because we literally played Wolves 3 days ago, and we're playing PSG today in the away match, and I wanted to put the strongest team I could on for that. It's still a little bit up in the air. Sola is not exactly 100% match fit, but everyone else is... Laird is injured. Gremio's at 88. That's kind of a 6 and 1, half dozen the other right back. So we got Bari in goal, Lovkov, Zagadou, Tizier, and Gremio as the Defensive back 4, Leo Jin, Richie, and Tonali as the midfielders. Jair is the attacking midfielders. Sola and Doku up top as the strikers. And PSG is PSG. They've only gotten stronger. Donnarumma, Hakimi, Marquinhos, Kimpembe, Mendes, Boubacar Kamara, Irwin Betancourt, Jude Bellingham, Bernardo Silva, Ansu Fati, Youssef Moukoko, and then they got Rico, Negrin, Miyakati, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Ugarte, who... Ugarte can be like 150 in the game, or he can be like 190 in the game, it seems. But he's also one of those players who's like really good almost everywhere. Excuse me. Leo Jin, for whatever reason, is always aggressive. Makes me think he's ready to storm the gates of hell with a bucket of spit. Fati on the left, Bernardo on the right. Well, Betancourt must be good if he's a regen starting for him. We're away, but we're not wearing our away uniform. Bernardo or Marquinhos. He goes out wide. Gets it to Betancourt. Back to Marquinhos. Crossed in. And it's headed over the crossbar. Bernardo, corner kick in, knocked away by Tonali. Moukoko is going to run that down. Crossed in, Fati's there, and he scores off the header. I suspect this Ethan Laird injury may be... a bit more than it appears. That is a quiet first half. Other than the Fati goal off the set piece, it's been quiet. There were no other highlights. They've had 7 shots, 5 on target. We've had 5 and 2. We'll give it a little bit before we start making any substitutions. Doku off the intercepted throw-in. Gremio, Tonali. Back to Gremio. Up to Doku. Doku to Gremio, up into space. Gives the ball away to Kimpembe. What the heck was that? Mendes, Kimpembe. Fati, up to Mendes. Back to Bellingham. Bellingham across the top of the box. Takes the shot. He puts it in. What the hell, guys? Come on. It was a Gremio pass that led to that. So, you know what? Get him off. Bring on De Winter. I realize our uniforms kind of sort of look alike. I mean, they've got the dark one. Crystal Lovecop just went out with an injury, too. I've got to move Zagadou over, and then we'll bring on Grigrass. Barry to Tizier. Tizier to Grigrass. Back and forth. Barry out to Zagadou. Zagadou tries crossing in, bounces off a PSG player. Bernardo ends up with it. Betancourt, Fati. How is he not offsides? Bernardo on the corner kick. Fati ends up with it. Takes a shot, bounces back and forth. De Winter clears it, but Kimpembe is going to run it down, and that's the highlight. Zagadou on a 6-3, Doku on a 6-3. Just a subpar performance from the entire team. Making a sub right now isn't going to do any good for us. We had like 5 and 2 at the half. Now we've had 8 and 2. We've had 3 second half shots. Bellingham crosses it in, knocked away. Ugarte is going to run it down to Mendes. Macchiati to Ugarte. Back and forth. Calvert-Lewin. Bellingham takes the shot. It's 3-0. I don't want to watch this. This is disappointing. 3 goals. Slavkov got injured. That's not good. Almost everybody was 6'5" or worse. That is annoying, especially because we had the 2 really good games in between. So a disappointing episode. We lose to Leister. We lose to PSG. Now we've got 3 games against some quality opponents. We're going to come back for PSG, and this is for all the marbles. If we don't win this game, I don't know what we're gonna do, to be honest with you. I really don't. So, let's find out. We need to really turn it around. We just need a really good performance. And maybe it's worth sacrificing maybe like the West Ham game to have everybody healthy and ready to go for PSG. Not that it really helped us here, but we'll find out. So that said, if you did like what you've seen and heard, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content, questions, criticism, comments, leave those down below. I will answer those as fast as I can. My name's FM Jellico. I thank you for watching.